aka Sage the Urban Witch, and I am on for another live stream reading with you guys. Okay, so let me turn on my big screen, you guys, so that I can see myself. Okay, let me get everything set up so that it can be tight and right. Okay, and I do hope that you guys are doing well today on this very, very beautiful day. Yeah, hope that all is well with you. Okay, all is well with you and your loved ones. Okay, and I hope that you guys, as you are continuing to make plans, okay, as you are continuing to create a new vision, I'm hearing from Spirit, a lot of you guys are working on a vision for your life, okay? I certainly do hope that that vision is coming into fruition, okay? And that you guys are eliminating all of the things, all of the people, all of the distractions, if you will, that is preventing you guys from getting to your point of destination, okay? That is my fervent incantation and declaration for you guys on today, okay, who are part of my collective, all right? So again, you guys, as you come into the chat, okay, to my wisdom seekers, to you guys who are part of my collective, okay, just keep in mind that your girl has attention deficit, okay? So I may not see your comment at the time, okay? But that does not mean that I'm ignoring you by any means, okay? So do proceed to leave your lovely comments in the chat, and I will, after the read, okay, I will read all of you guys' comments in the chat, okay? All right. So, having said that, guys, let me welcome you guys again, okay? Welcome to my channel, and I thank you guys in advance for the likes, the shares, and the subscribes, okay? I also want to thank you guys for those of you guys who are continuing to purchase personal readings from your girl, okay? And also for those of you guys who are leaving donations through my business website. It is greatly appreciated, and I do, as I always say, I'm very, very honored to be able to work with you guys and to help you seek and find, shall I say, as you're seeking, I will help you. I enjoy helping you find personal clarity on situations, matters of the heart, and all other things in between. Okay, so I greatly appreciate that you guys have made me a part of your personal and spiritual journey. Okay, all right. Also, you guys, I want to remind you that I do have a I'm sorry, not a website. Well, I got that too. I already told y'all that. Okay. I want to remind you guys that I do have a blog site called WIZDOM, and I want you guys to go over there and check it out so that you can get a lot of cool, free stuff, okay? Tarot and witchy content for you at www.onewizesage.com, okay? It is the #1 witchy blog site for today's modern day empaths, healers, and witches, okay? So if you consider yourself to be one of those or more of those, and that is a place for you, okay? Also, for those of you guys who would like to get a reading, okay, personal readings are still currently available. I have some slots still available, okay? Your girl booked and busy, and I still got the slot open for you, okay? So if you guys would like to get a personal reading, all you have to do is email me at wisdomandsage@gmail.com. That's WIZDOM and sage@gmail.com, and write personal reading in the subject line so that we can get all of the easy steps started, okay? And you guys can check out my website for the type of personal readings that I offer along with the prices, okay? The link to my website is in the bio, okay? It's also in the video descriptions, okay? All right, so collective, today we're going to tap in and we're going to find out, how are you being seen or perceived by others at this time, okay? How are you being seen or perceived by others at this time, okay? And before we get into the read, dear one, this is going to be a pick a card reading, okay? So we have pile 1 and we have pile 2. So you guys can decide which one you want to pick, or you can choose both of them if you like, okay? It's up to you, all right? And let me give you guys a channel message, okay? Because as I was channeling, the overall collective message that I have for you guys, whether you have chosen pile 1 or pile 2 or all of them, okay? You know, I heard from Spirit that when it comes to you guys, dear one, people tend to think that, you guys, you secretly like being the outcast, okay? That is the consensus that I'm hearing in the ethers, okay? It's like people think that you're the type of person where, you play possum and you've gotten really used to people considering you to be the underdog, or underestimating you because, you have learned how to turn that into your superpower. When people consider you to be the outcast, dear one, a lot of you guys are like, good, okay, because I have more time when you're not, vying for my attention, when you're not trying to distract and disturb me, okay? So continue to see me as an outcast, okay? A lot of you guys, you are wearing that whole outcast, badge as kind of like a badge of honor because it is reminding you that you're different and that you stand out and that everybody knows that at the end of the day, however they think of you, they know that you're the type of person where you're definitely going to dance to the beat of your own drums, okay? You're definitely the type of person where you're not trying to keep up with the Joneses or, you're not into, allowing anyone to sway your thoughts or opinions, You're not into peer pressure. Can't nobody force you or make you do something, okay? Can't nobody make you feel ashamed for who you are, okay? And how you navigate in this world, okay? So you guys are, I'm hearing from Spirit, you have this perception now, come through Spirit. People are beginning to see you guys as really liking the whole notion, the whole label of being an outcast because it's like you're living on your own terms and you don't have people constantly trying to, persuade you to do something other than what you want to do because they already know that you're not going to do that, okay? They automatically know that you're going to, stand 10 toes down. And if you say yes, you don't give a damn who says no, you're going to do your own thing and go your own way, okay? You guys have learned how to turn, being outcast as a form of power, okay? People realize now, the dear one, that since you haven't come back, this is another collective stream. There are people, dear one, for some of you guys, there are, exes, okay? There are toxic family members that you guys have gone no contact with. There are social groups and friends, so-called friends that you guys are no longer friends with. And dear one, they thought that, originally they thought that you were the type of person where you would do anything to fit in, anything to go along, to get along, to not rock the boat, or people perceive you to be weak, that, you were really so invested in seeking outside validation to the point of really, forfeiting your goals, your dreams, or listening to your inner self, your intuition to let you know what was best for you. People thought that, you would always be that type of person. Now, for some guys, you've grown out of that, okay? It's been like a learning curve. It's been like, growing pains. And now you're the type of person where I'm hearing from Spirit, you don't give a damn what people think about you. But there are people that want, they're very shocked, okay? That, you're taking this whole, hey, we abandoned you. Hey, we outcasted you. Hey, we excluded you from our group, okay? They're really dumbfounded by the fact that, you really don't give a damn. And, you have found a way to excel, despite this whole being outcasted, okay? As some of you guys have realized it, good, you just showed me that, you were not for me. You just showed me that you were a secret saboteur that I needed to get out of my life, okay? By you leaving me and me, being able to be by myself and see that I have peace without you, you just exposed the fact that you're a goddamn troublemaker. So thank you, bro. Thank you, sis, okay, for excluding me, okay? And goodbye, ho, and goodbye forever. Come through, Spirit. Yeah. So people, dear one, they see that you're the type of person where you turn lemons into lemonade. And when it comes to being an outcast, you guys, again, you have turned that into a form of power, okay? And there are people, dear one, that are very salty about this because they know that, they don't have it in them to stand alone, to be independent. They don't have it in them to live their life freely and not give a damn about what anybody thinks about them at the end of the day. Especially people that were, hell-bent on misunderstanding you or mistreating you in some type of way in the first place, okay? Those days of you trying to seek validation of those who are abusive, toxic, dysfunctional, okay, a burden unto you, those days are over, okay? And people are very shocked and they feel very offended, dear one. And so this is a collective energy that I'm hearing from Spirit regarding you guys in terms of how you are being perceived right now, okay? All right, so now, dear one, let's get into it. We're going to start off with pile one, for those of you guys who chose pile one, okay? Let's find out, dear one, how are you being perceived? How are you being perceived or seen by others, okay, at this time? And again, this is a general reading, and this is also a timeless reading, you guys. So whenever you stumble across this reading, it was meant for you to see it, okay? But all right, we have the devil. We got the devil. Okay. Yeah, the devil in reverse, dear one. So people are perceiving you as someone that, you have I'm hearing liberated yourself from some type of oppression. Okay. This oppression could have been, a vice or an addiction that you were battling. Okay. For others, this could have been a person, this could have been a toxic relationship. Okay. But people are perceiving you as someone that was very strong and, not was, but someone that is very strong, dear one, and that, there was some type of battle that, really tested your strength, your emotional strength, okay? Your strength in terms of, how you show up in a relationship, your strength in terms of, how you refuse to allow people to control or manipulate you, or how you refuse to feel as though you're in bondage and that you don't have the freedom to live your life according to your own rules, okay? People see you guys as being very strong. Come through, spirit, with that confirmation. People perceive you guys to be very strong and some type of person that you have, recently undergone some type of serious battle. For some of you guys, this could have been a spiritual battle where, people would have thought that, you never would have made it out. You never would have made it out of this abusive relationship. You never would have made it out of this situation of being, gang stalked or harassed. You never would have made it out of this situation of lifting a curse or some type of hex or crossing off of you by someone that you knew, or by someone or a group of people that you didn't know. But as it pertains, dear one, to something about, you guys releasing yourself, liberating yourself from some type of obstacle, some type of struggle, some type of addiction. For some of you guys, it was from a person that was addicted, or that had an addiction. Some of them, dear one, a person that is obsessed with you, okay? You guys have liberated yourself from this particular person, okay? And a lot of people are like, wow, dear one, you're very strong, because the battle, this warfare, this situation, this legal custody, this court case, this, prevailing, persistent, mind fuck I'm hearing for some of you guys, okay? Or harsh situation or cycle that kept repeating itself. A lot of people, dear one, would not have made it out. A lot of people would not have been able to free themselves, okay? Free themselves with their right mind, free themselves and, be hopeful that, brighter days are coming, dear one. But you are that type of person, and people perceive you as being very strong, okay? Stronger than what you look. Stronger than, I'm hearing, don't judge a book by its cover, because again, there is some type of mighty battle, warfare, a struggle, obstacle that you guys have, you fought and you fought and you fought until you finally freed yourself from that situation or that thing. Now, I forgot you guys to tell you guys about who you are and why I chose this card. So let's just go ahead on and do that. For those of you guys who chose card one, or pile one, shall I say, we have the number 6, what is it? Yeah, third eye chakra in reverse. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing from spirit, dear one. People perceive you as a type of person where, you don't lay all of your cards on the table for, you to be the type of person where people can easily figure you out. Okay. You keep things close to your chest. People consider you to be the type of person where, you play dumb. Okay. I'm hearing catch a fool to get a fool. People perceive you as a type of person as being, someone that is very mystical, someone that is very tuned in and tapped in. You're very intelligent and very smart. And people often wonder if you're the type of person where, are you a part of a secret society? Okay. Did you marry into that? Okay. How do you know such mysterious, mystical things that, the average person doesn't know? But I'm hearing from spirit, people perceive you as someone where, you certainly know a lot more than you let on. Okay. Especially when it comes to people that have once known you guys. Okay. People from your past, how you are showing up now, dear one, versus how you used to show up. Okay. In the level of, your intellect, your intelligence, your spirituality, and you being really I'm hearing you could read the room, you guys being very intuitive, okay? People are like, well, where did this come from, okay? Certainly this person, you collective, certainly Lisa, certainly JoJo has been holding back from us because, we didn't see all of this. We didn't see this side to them, okay? So that means that all this time, they were playing dumb, but they knew what we were trying to do. They knew what we were doing. They knew what we were saying about them behind their backs. They knew our secret agendas towards them, okay? But they kept it to themselves. And all along, we just thought that they were dumb. We just thought that they were gullible and naive. But now we're seeing, dear one, that, now we're saying that collective, they're smarter than we thought they were, okay? They're very shrewd. They're very crafty, okay? Yeah, they kind of dangerous, okay? Because they lead us to think one thing when it's a whole nother situation, okay? So this is some things, dear one, that I'm hearing from spirit that people are currently perceiving about you, okay? You know more than you let on. You don't allow people to get that close to you to find out what's going on in the deep recesses of your mind. A lot of people consider you to be very spiritual and very mystical, and they will love to pick your brain, but you don't let people get close enough to you in order to do that, okay? I'm hearing, they want to know the blueprint, but you would never let them know, okay? They want to know the secret sauce, but you would never let them have it, okay? Is what I'm hearing from spirit. So they see you as like a holder of intelligence, a holder. Some of them see you as almost like on a genius level. Your mind is very brilliant, okay? Certainly very brilliant to, always seem to evade a lot of traps and snares that people set for you. They look up the next moment and you're gone. You're out of there. Or they look up one moment, you have gone from rags to riches. They look up one moment, dear one, and you have gone from, down and out to you have totally bossed up. And they like, well, damn, where they do that at? How was she or how was he able to do that? Okay. They definitely know, dear one, that you're the type of person where you're very tuned in and tapped in, but you're very unassuming. It's like you walk amongst people. You're like an earth angel that walks amongst, human, ordinary people, and you fit in, you blend in with the crowd. So at the first sight of you and on the surface, people think you're just like everybody else. But no, dear one, there is more to you than meets the eye, okay, is what I'm hearing from spirit. So this is a very beautiful thing, dear one, in terms of how people are perceiving you, especially even when it comes to your enemies. Because, at this point, dear one, they know that, it's like you guys are good at playing possum. So, they better do their homework, okay? They better check their resume when they try to come at you, okay? Because if they come for you, dear one, I'm hearing from spirit, you will return their ass to sender, and then they'll be looking stupid trying to figure out, well, where the hell that happened, how that happened, okay? Yeah, come through, spirit. So that's very good, okay? This will cause a lot of y'all enemies to sit their ass the hell down, okay? Because now they know not to underestimate you, dear one. Because, you pretend to be, a gentle little dove, okay? But I'm hearing, dear one, just as soon as somebody misrepresents you, you will cut their damn throat, okay? Yeah, it's like, don't get it twisted, okay? That is all up in your energy, okay? Come through, spirit. Let's find out, dear one, what is some more information in terms of how are you being seen or perceived by others at this time, okay? My cards are kind of stuck here. Okay, we have another 6. Okay, so 6, okay. We have the 6 of Cups. We have the 6 of Cups, dear one. I'm hearing from spirit, yeah, right off the bat. There are people, dear one, from your past in particular that perceives you as someone that, you're very innocent, okay? You're the type of person where people feel as though you're, I'm hearing like, what is it, like not love struck, but you're like what is that word, not fool in love, not love struck, but you're like die hard romantic, okay? People consider you to be that type of person, dear one, okay? They perceive you as being someone that, you definitely want to yoke up with or marry someone or date someone or just be in some type of partnership or companionship with someone, dear one. that you know very well, that you would know as a friend first, okay? They perceive you as being someone, dear one, where you take things very slowly, that you're very focused on family. They perceive you to be someone that is very focused on assets and material wealth, okay? They perceive you as someone, dear one, where you may have come from very humble beginnings, but this is just part of your character, where now they understand why you work so hard. Now they understand why you're the type of person where you're always about that bag and trying to go get it, because they understand that you have come from very humble beginnings. Some people perceive you, dear one, as someone that you didn't get the opportunity to have the best type of family situation, okay? Perhaps your family situation could have been, a bit toxic, a bit unhealthy and dysfunctional. But because of this, dear one, people perceive you as a type of person where you see family is very, very important to you, and you refuse to settle in terms of, a partner, or in terms of a parent for your child or for your children, okay? You guys have your head on straight in terms of what you want. So you're always, focused on the vision. You're focused on a plan. Okay. You're not really into, partying and being out in the streets. Okay. People perceive you as being someone that you're very much so a homebody. Okay. But you know that you're the type of person where you don't have to settle. They also see you as someone that is very flexible. So they know that on any given day, dear one, depending on how the wind blows and how you feel in your mood, you don't have a problem, stepping outside and enjoying yourself and being around people. But ultimately you're the type of person where you lean more over towards being a homebody. Okay. I'm hearing home is where the heart is. Okay. They also see you, dear one, people perceive you as being someone that is very confident, very strong-willed. Okay. But you're the type of person where you're not impulsive. You very much so write the vision and make it plain. You count up the claws. You look at how other people are coming at you, and then you decide, dear one, before you put your foot up their ass, okay, how much this is going to cost you. So you decide whether or not you should, get down and dirty with them, or if you should walk away, because you always are, assessing at the end of the day, knowing that you have a lot to lose. And so you're a very careful person. People know that you're the type of person where, they're not going to find you in situations where it's hard for you to get out of. Okay. They're not going to find situations where you're in a relationship now, or a situation now, or even a job now where you're losing more than you're gaining. Okay. People see you as someone that you're always strategizing, you're always thinking. Okay. And foundation and family, okay, is very important to you. Integrity and character is very important to you. People perceive you as someone that is very loving, very caring. They also perceive you as someone that's being a hopeless romantic. But I'm also hearing, don't get it twisted. People know that you're the type of person where you're not a fool, okay, is what I'm hearing from spirit. And there is one particular stream or energy that I'm picking up on, where this could be even someone from your past, or someone that's a part of your biological family that you guys are no longer in contact with, okay? And this person, dear one, or these people, they perceive you as someone where, you may definitely want a family, and they know that you're destined to have a family, but they know that you're not willing to settle and go back to them in terms of how you were treated, okay? So they know that based on the way that you have been treated by them, dear one, that you're the type of person where you're very much so destined to, create a family of your own that is very harmonious, okay? And, they feel as though you have decided that you don't have to, say to yourself that you always have to be alone, or, they know that you're the type of person where you're not feeling as though your heart is closed and you can't trust people, or that, everyone else can have a family, or everyone else can have happiness and love and support, but you can't. They know that, whatever you went through, dear one, that it didn't crush you, that it didn't break you. And if you are the type of person where you did not come from a happy, healthy family, this is something that is very important to you. And, you're not going to settle and go backwards in order to get it. You're going to keep moving forward. And they know that you're going to have this if you don't have it already, okay, is what I'm hearing from spirit. People also perceive you as being like a peacemaker, okay? Now, they know that you're the type of person where you can definitely discern who deserves your time and your energy, because you're not going to keep talking people off the ledge if they just going to continue doing the same stupid ass shit and going back to that toxic situation or that toxic person. But you will, dear one, I'm hearing from spirit, you will help people that has proven to you that deserve to be helped, and that they will do something with, your assistance, with your information, with your advice, with your encouragement, okay? But you're just not going to just be pouring yourself into, empty vessels, okay? You're not just going to, constantly be trying to give and get little to nothing in return, because you're all about balance and reciprocity. So people very much so view you as this type of person, dear one, okay? Is what I'm hearing from Spirit. So that's very good, okay? Let's pull a couple more cards from another deck and see. Dear one, how are you being seen or perceived by others at this time? Okay, let's see. All right, so we have deep knowing. Interesting. Deep knowing, the number 43. Deep knowing, the number 43. Dear one, people, they perceive you as someone, again, that you're very intelligent, okay? People perceive you as someone that you are so intelligent that there is something that you're doing, saying, representing. You could be a writer, a speaker, a reader, or some type of business person, but there's something that you have, dear one, where it's going to cause you to be well known around the world, okay? I'm hearing global influence, global calling, over your life. People perceive you as someone that you're going to, if you're not well traveled already, that you're definitely going to be that type of person, okay? I'm hearing trailblazer, okay? I'm also hearing trendsetter, okay? People see you as someone, again, even as we look at this owl here, like you're the holder of deep mystical mysteries, okay? A lot of hidden occultic knowledge, okay? A lot of knowledge, dear one, that people need that will set them free, okay? Even as we look at the number 43 here, 4 plus 3 equals 7, okay? That is a spiritual number. That is also a number of completion. So people perceive you as being someone, dear one, where, you don't really need nobody. You're very independent because you're very tuned in and tapped in with spirit and the cosmos, and you know that all of your needs are met, okay? You know that you don't have to go to man, you don't have to go to a human being for what you need, because you have it inside of you, and you also know how to call it down from the ethers, okay? Because you are a keeper of the mystery knowledge, okay? So people know, dear one, that you have a deep knowing about you. This intimidates a lot of people, dear one, is what I'm hearing from spirit, because people feel as though, you have some type of cheat sheet where you're ahead of the game, okay? You're ahead of the curve in terms of, being successful. You're also ahead of the curve in terms of, people that want to manipulate you, or get you hemmed up or try to control or manipulate or possess you. People know that, it's a no-go. You can already see them before they get geared up to come towards you. You've already seen, what they got going on, and you've already shut that shit down, okay? People are also intimidated by the fact that they perceive you as being someone that, you don't tolerate lies and foolishness. You see right through people, and you're the type of person, dear one, where you don't play dumb when it comes to someone trying to come at you with ill intentions, okay? You set people straight and you let them know, hey, I see what you got going on. I see your agenda, buddy, and it's not going down like that. And, if you plan on living, another day, I suggest you, exit stage left quickly and expeditiously and get your ass out of my face, okay? Before it get real serious. Come through, spirit. So people perceive you as someone, dear one, where, you got a lot going on. You're a very powerful person. You have a lot of influence. There are people, dear one, that is waiting to hear whatever type of information you have. They're waiting to purchase your products and services. They're waiting, dear one, to be helped, to be motivated, to be inspired. And I can't even say the word. I'm trying to mix up words. Empowered and inspired by you, okay? So you have this deep knowing. You have access to the type of knowledge, dear one, that the average person doesn't have. And for people, dear one, that have ill intentions, okay, this is very intimidating. This is very threatening to them. But for people, dear one, who are on the up and up, for people, dear one, that recognize that, they're just like you, and that you're coming to, quote unquote, awaken the sleeping giants, I'm hearing that people love you. People, they really support you. They're really leaning on what you have to say and what you have to offer, okay, is what I'm hearing from spirit, because they know that, you're tuned in and you're tapped in, and you have that deep knowing, okay, is what I'm hearing from spirit. They also feel as though, you're humble with it. You're not cocky. You're not arrogant, even though you're so, highly brilliant, and you have so many talents and gifts that you very well could be cocky and arrogant if you wanted to be, okay? You very well could, shit on them, if you will, okay? But I'm hearing from spirit, the perception that people have of you is that, although you're fully locked and loaded, okay, you don't brag, okay, you don't boast, okay, you just let, you just let your energy, let what you're working with speak for itself, okay? Let your energy speak for you is what I'm hearing from Spirit. And this is how people perceive you, dear one. Okay, and I'm going to pull another card, you guys, and then we're going to move on to card 2, okay? I'm going to try not to go too far over, you guys, okay? All right, so how else are you being seen or perceived by others, dear one? Come through, Spirit. We have the ghost, okay? Yeah, I'm hearing from Spirit, dear one. People perceive you as someone where, you in and out, okay? It's very hard for people to try to hold you down, lock you down, or, try to possess you in some way, shape, or form because, you're light on your feet. You're like a free bird, okay? You don't like for people to try to control you or own you. As soon as you get a sniff that somebody is, uber manipulative, uber controlling or possessive, you're out of there, okay? People, perceive you as a type of person where, you don't stay around, long, okay? So they better get in where they fit in terms of, if they want to get to know you as a friend, I'm hearing, you just passing by, you just passing through, okay? And then other than that, you goes, you up at the, you at the spot one day and then the next time, you know where to be seen, but you leave such an impression on people that they're always asking about you, dear one. Have you seen Lisa? Have you seen JoJo? I feel like, they done just, dipped off the face of the earth, where they at, okay? People also, dear one, they know that at the drop of a hat, if you feel bad vibes from people where they have ill intentions, is no thing to ghost them, okay? People see you as the queen or the king of ghosting people, and you don't leave, forward in a dress. You don't, give them no explanations. You don't try to sit down and have no powwow, because at the end of the day, dear one, people know that you have figured out that, motherfuckers are grown, and they know what they do. They know what they're doing. They're not stupid. So you're not going to waste your time, your energy, or your breath trying to explain that how someone treated you did not appreciate it. You just gonna ghost their ass, okay? You're not wasting no time, okay? So people perceive this about you, dear one, and again, this has something to do with the fact that you know who you are, you know what you're working with. You're not afraid to be alone. You're not gonna beg nobody to be with you. You're not gonna beg nobody to understand you. You're not gonna continue to talk yourself until you blue in the face, to get somebody to say that, to get somebody to understand that how they took what you said or how they took what you did was out of context and that's not the way you meant it. Nah, you gonna speak with your actions, okay? I'm just not gonna deal with your dumb, stupid ass, okay? I'm out, okay? And this is how, dear one, people are perceiving you, okay? That you feel as though there's too many quality people out there. There's too many opportunities out there, dear one, and you have too many options rather than to settle and deal with people who are a burden, people that are a pain in your ass, okay? You just rather be gone. You just rather be ghost, okay? So that's how, dear one, you are being perceived, okay? I'm hearing, cutthroat, okay? I'm hearing definitely don't judge a book by the cover, okay? I'm hearing, this person could definitely be, a popular loner. They can definitely, be the type of person where they get the party started. But, nothing can convince them if they don't want to do something or if they don't want to go somewhere or if they don't want to be with a person. There ain't nothing you could do or say, okay? You ain't got no money. Your pockets ain't deep enough to get this person to change their mind because they're set in their ways, okay? And they have so much deep knowing that they're not going to stick around for, a situation that could end up being problematic, okay? They just gonna ghost your ass, okay? They out of there, okay? So this is how people, dear one, are currently perceiving you, okay? You got a lot of people, dear one, that you have left behind and they're feeling some kind of way about it. Because, they know deep down inside, dear one, that, you were a problem. They were a problem to you. And this is why you left, okay? They know that, you felt as though they weren't worth you wasting your time or energy, investing another day, another second into them, okay? Because you had already established that, they weren't worth your time. They weren't worth your, the salt or whatever. So you just left them behind. and they're feeling their ego is bruised. I'm hearing from spirit. Some of them, dear one, they may have turned to a lot of vices and addictions. Okay, some of them, dear one, I'm hearing from spirit on the low, they may be secretly lurking on your social media, okay, or trying to stalk you. But it's in reverse, dear one, because number one, they're trying to do it deceptively or passive aggressively, like secret troll accounts, rather than letting you know that it's that person that's doing it. Or number two, dear one, it's in reverse because you have released yourself from this type of energy here, and you're protected from this person. They can't really harm you. They can't do anything to you, okay? And this person is burdened by that fact, okay? Yeah, they can't get nothing on you or over you. And some of them access is denied. They can't get to you, okay? And that's a beautiful thing, okay? All right. So you guys, that is a little bit of the tea in terms of how are you being seen or perceived by others, okay? And I'm going to give you guys some signs, and then we'll move on to pile 2, okay? So for those of you guys who chose pile 1, you or they, dear one, could very well be a Pisces, Aries, Leo, Gemini, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Taurus. Come through spirit. I'm also hearing Leo rising, Scorpio moon, Gemini rising, Aries moon, and Cancer moon. Lots of moons, dear one. People seem to think that, you like to hide. You like to hide what you're working with. You hide what you know. You don't show everybody your hand, okay? Yeah, you're very stealthy, very stealth-like. This is how you're being perceived, dear one. So some people feel as though you're dishonest. And this is because, you're not telling them your move so that they can block it, okay? Yeah, these are people that are deceptive. They mad that, they can't read you. Yeah, they mad that they can't figure you out. They mad that as soon as, you sniff them out and determine that, they're a goddamn problem, that you out of there, okay? Yeah, so ain't nobody complaining but those that don't belong in your life in the first place, okay? Everybody else cool with you as far as, there being more to you than meets the eye, okay, is what I'm hearing from spirit, okay? So that's the tea for those of you guys who chose pile 1, okay? Now, dear one, for those of you guys who chose pile 2, okay, I'm hearing from spirit, dear one, you're the type of person where people are perceiving you as someone that, you're so on fire. You got such passion for something that you're working on, whether that passion be you working on yourself, okay, self-love, self-work, self-healing, okay, some type of makeover, or whether it be some type of project or enterprise or business, okay, something that lights you up, something that just makes you feel as though, wow, I finally figured out why I'm here on this earth realm. I finally figured out what is my purpose, what is my calling. So I could just stop throwing shit at the wall, hoping that it sticks. I finally, I'm walking in my north node. I know why I'm here, okay? And this particular thing that I'm working on is making me very, very happy, okay? Others of you guys, they want people perceive you as someone where you're very happy and you're just as passionate and you're just as content as being by yourself, okay, being alone, because people see you as someone where you have such self-love that whoever comes into your life, dear one, it's just icing on the cake, okay? You're not desperate, you're not thirsty, and people also see you as someone that where you may have been alone in a season of being solo for quite some time, that it's going to be very, very difficult for people to try to come at you with some bullshit, okay? Try to come at you and get you at a bargain rate, at a bargain discount, okay? You ain't nobody's low hidden fruit, okay? Or shall I say low hanging fruit, dear one. You're not nobody's low hanging fruit, but people may currently perceive you as forbidden fruit, okay? Because you love yourself so much. Your standards are very, very high. You love being with yourself, okay? You know who you are. You know what you're working with. You know your value. You know what you bring to the table. And people, because of this, dear one, they know that you're such a catch that whoever gets the opportunity to be with you, whether it's just being with you as a friend, whether it's being with you as a potential business partner, whether it's working with you, working with you in corporate America, if you working somewhere with somebody and y'all got to work together as a team, okay? People like, yeah, I want Collective to be on my team because they're intelligent, they get everything, together. They're very structured. They're very passionate, okay? They bring life into this organization. They bring life into whatever we're doing, these projects that we're working on. They make it fun, but, they make sure that the objectives are met. Yeah, I got to be on Lisa's team, okay? Lisa is a leader. I got to be on JoJo's team. Yeah, JoJo is a leader. So, you're the favorite pig, dear one. You are the people's choice, okay, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. But also, dear one, because of this, people see you as someone where you're very, very difficult to please, okay? People may feel as though your expectations for what you want out of life, okay, financially, mentally, spiritually, or even, as far as a career or as far as a relationship, people think, dear one, that your standards for yourself, your expectations are so high on yourself that they know that it's going to be very, very high in terms of them having to meet your expectations. And some people, dear one, are very bitter about that because they either want to come into your life, or for others, dear one, they want to come back into your life, okay? They want to swing back around, and it's just a no-go because they see that, your expectations are high and you're not going to put up with no shit, okay? So yeah, people definitely want to be with you. People definitely want, they want to be your plus one, dear, for a lot of you guys out there. But I'm hearing from Spirit, they know that you're the type of person where you're not going to settle for less. You're not going to settle for no mess. And you love yourself so much that, you like, listen, a person, a relationship is not a need. It's not a requirement. It's just icing on the cake, okay? So they really going to have to, come with it and let me know that they're worth my time and my energy for me to even want to look at them, to invest in them, okay? So you got a lot of people nervous. You got a lot of people, dear one, feeling intimidated by you because of this, dear one. This is people's perception of you, okay? Also, dear one, I'm hearing from Spirit, people may perceive you as being someone where you're more focused on some type of passion, project, business, or enterprise, and that you may be abstinent at this time, that you're not really focused on intimacy. You're not really focused on, sharing your sexual or creative energy with anyone else because you're pouring it all into yourself, okay? I'm hearing transmutation, okay? You guys are transmuting your creative and sexual energy in order to manifest things in your life right now. So people see you as someone that, is like, as beautiful and fine as you are, sis, as attractive and handsome as you are, bro. Yeah, people considering you to be off limits, okay? It's like they'll talk about you, they'll say how attractive you are, they'll talk to their homeboys and homegirls about how they want to be with you, they want to get with you, but they know that it's going to be very, very difficult, okay? It's going to be very, very hard because your expectations are very, very high, okay? You're not like the average person, okay? And there are a lot of other things that, have your attention, that, that ignites your fire, if you will, okay, other than what they may be trying to bring to the table, okay? So this is how people perceive you, dear one. Okay, let's see, dear one, what else, in terms of how are you being seen at this time? How are you being perceived or seen by others? Okay, let's see. Interesting. We have the card surrender, okay? People perceive you as someone, dear one, where people are always trying to possess you. People are always trying to control you. And it doesn't matter, if whatever type of circle or situation you may find yourself in, okay? You've had a lot of people, dear one, that have been watching you back in the cut. And these could be people from your past. These could be people even in your current that haven't yet had an opportunity or the guts to step to you. But people have watched you, dear one. You have a lot of watchers. You have a lot of onlookers, okay? Some of you guys, I'm hearing from Spirit, you have a lot of monitoring spirits. But through it all, dear one, people from your past up into your current, as we look at these circles here come through Spirit, these circles represent, aspects of your life, okay, is how I'm reading this for the context of this read. And Spirit is saying people perceive you as some type of person where wherever you go, it don't matter if it's your work environment, your home environment, your relationships, your family, childhood, neighborhood, okay, or your current situation where you are now. There's always somebody, there's always someone, dear one. They see you as such a catch, okay? That they're always trying to control you. They're always trying to possess you, okay? They're always trying to, trying to get you to submit and, just be with them, okay? I'm hearing, I want you all to myself. So it's like you guys attract a lot of people that are very selfish, a lot of people that are very entitled, people that feel entitled to your attention, your energy, your time, your love, okay? Your friendship, okay? Your creative and sexual energy, your intellect, your help, your money. It's like everybody, everywhere you go, dear one, because you're so different and you're high vibrational and you're ignited, people can see this flame inside of you. You stand amongst a crowd of people who are, low vibrational or depressed, or people that, they don't have no forward movement in life, or they don't even know their purpose in life, and they just, just swinging in the wind and shit. And they look at you and they like, oh my God, it's like you're this beautiful dragonfly that they want to capture, in a mason jar, and keep to themselves, okay? Because your light is so bright. But then they get entitled, dear one, they get by themselves, and it's like they want to possess you. So you guys, a lot of people, know this about you, that you're the type of person where this may be why, you're more passionate and ignited by rolling solo at this time. Because every time you find yourself in a situation or in an environment or a relationship or with a family dynamic, is always a crazy motherfucker that, they trying to possess you, they trying to control you, they trying to tell you what to do, how to live your life. And you like, goddamn, mofo, I'm grown. Okay, you need to settle down. Okay, you need to chill on that. Okay, that's a no-go. You don't tell me what the hell to do, how to live my life. Okay, you can't control me. Okay, so you guys have decided that for the most part, a lot of people see you as, I see collective as being someone where, they're passionate, they have a lot to offer, but they're more focused on their endeavors, their business, their bag, leveling up in some way, shape, or form, rather than getting into some type of partnership right now, because they're tired of dealing with people that is always trying to control them. Okay, you guys are, you're not controllable. I don't care how much people try. And it's very weird that for those of you guys who chose pile 2, y'all always got motherfuckers trying to control y'all, trying to possess y'all. You fully grown, but yet they try to treat you like you a child, talk to you like you a child, they try to act like, you don't know what's best for you, okay? They try to act like, you don't know what you're doing, and whatever they telling you, they just trying to spare your feelings, or they just trying to keep you safe, or they just trying to protect you. Bullshit. You call bullshit on that. Nah, you're not trying to protect me, mofo. You trying to protect your own goddamn self, because you know that I'm a catch. And you always trying to control me and hold me back, okay? Yeah. So this is very interesting right here, dear one. So for a lot of you guys, you're resonating with the fact that, I'm going to focus on myself right now. I'm going to focus on my passions. I'm going to focus on myself because, I don't want to end up in jail, okay? Because I look good in a lot of colors, I look good in blue. I look good in orange. I look good in yellow. Come through spirit. I look good in green. But I don't look good in prison orange, okay? And I don't want to have to hurt a motherfucker because, they keep on testing me. They keep on testing my gangster, okay? That's not my vibe, okay? Prison orange is not my vibe. So I'm just going to remain, passionately and harmoniously single for right now until I can get away from certain environments where these crazy motherfuckers are always trying to control my life, okay? Whether that be relocating and getting another job, relocating away from a toxic relationship, or relocating away from your toxic hometown, away from toxic people. Whatever these circles represent to you, these are environments, these are groups, these are people, dear one, where wherever you go, they're always trying to control your ass. It's really bizarre. Okay, and you guys are like free birds. Okay, I'm gonna be free. Okay, you're not gonna hold me down. You're not gonna cage me and clip my wings. Okay, I know you's a lie. Okay, come through spirit. So this is how people, dear one, are currently perceiving you guys at this time. I'm gonna pull a few more cards, you guys, and then I'm gonna say hi to the chat and turn it loose. Okay, collective, how are people viewing you right now? How are you being seen or perceived by others? Okay, let's see. All right, we have Chaos and conflict in reverse, the number 33. Chaos and conflict in reverse. Let me turn it so y'all can see, okay? And it was in reverse, okay? Chaos and conflict in reverse, okay? I'm hearing from Spirit right off the bat, dear one. People perceive you as someone where, you're all about the business, you're not about all that rah-rah. You're not about drama. You will easily walk away from people. And you guys, people have seen that, yeah, it's quick for you to walk away because you see people that are always trying to control you as being ill, and you want to get away from those type of people. You feel as though they stunt your growth, okay? You feel as though they stress you out, okay? You feel as though, they distract you from your passions. They distract you from leveling up. So it's nothing for you, dear one, to walk away. They see you as someone that is very, very peaceful, but in the name of peace, you don't have a problem, setting the record straight, okay? I'm hearing from Spirit, people perceive you, dear one, as being the type of person where, a collective don't have a problem. You don't have a problem putting your foot down, and if necessary, you'll put your foot up somebody's ass, okay? But it's all in the name of peace, okay? Yeah, it's like, if you're going to keep on walking over my boundaries, if you're going to keep on, saying yes when I just told your dumb ass no, it's going to be a problem. Now you're going to see my other side, okay? Now you're going to see why, I just at this current time would prefer to be by myself, because you motherfuckers are ill, okay? Yeah. So people know this about you, dear one. You're always, I'm hearing always on the run, okay? I'm hearing you guys may travel a lot, okay? You may be the type of person where part of your lifestyle, you may enjoy traveling more. You may not feel as though at this time of your life you want to settle down, okay? Settle down in terms of a relationship, or settle down in terms of a particular location, okay? You guys may be more interested in traveling. You guys could be more interested in, I don't know, RV life, okay? Van life, okay? Traveling all over the world. Some of you guys have even contemplated or fantasized about, being an expat and traveling to another country, okay? And being around different, different cultures, different people, okay? Yeah, dear one, there was an energy that they got upset when I said that, because you could be a type of person, dear one, that for some time they have been trying to lock down. I'm hearing lock you down, okay? And they haven't been able to do that, okay? Yeah. So that came through. Somebody got a problem with the fact, dear one, that you're such a free bird, that you're such a free spirit, okay? But it's nothing that they could do about it. And I'm hearing from Spirit, they do this to themselves when they show up and, in your world, when they show up in your reality, acting like a goddamn fool when you're not about that type of life, okay? You like peace, okay? You like balance. You like structure. You don't like all that damn bullshit. You don't like loud people being around you, loud, crazy, goofy people. You don't like loud noises. You don't like loud smells. You don't like none of that, okay? You like, get away from me with all of that shit. That is too much, okay? A lot of you guys are very highly empathic, okay? So you are, it's easy for you to get sensory overload, okay, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, okay? You get easily overwhelmed, okay? You get this is why a lot of you guys, you recharge, okay? You rejuvenate and reignite your energy by being by yourself, because it's always constantly people pulling on you, pulling on your energy, okay? It's like people always want you to show up with a cape on, being super save-a-hole. You like, hell no, save your motherfucking self. Come through, Spirit. Yeah, that's for somebody, okay? We'll pull a few more cards, you guys, and then we're gonna cut it loose, okay? How else, dear one, how are you being seen or perceived by others? How are you being seen or perceived by others, okay? And this could be strangers, dear one, and this could be people from your past, okay? This could be people currently in your current timeline, okay? So the next message we have, dear one, we have the Hermit, okay? We have the Hermit, okay? People perceive you guys as being someone where, you like to, sit back in a cut, okay, and study. You're the type of person where, you like to be mysterious. You don't like to show your hand to people, okay? I'm hearing, leave something to the imagination, okay? People see you as that type of person. People see you guys as also very intelligent, okay? You're well studied, okay? People see you as someone where you're always searching for the answers, okay? People perceive you as someone where, you're deep, okay? You don't like superficial talk, okay? You don't really like shallow people. You like people that's deep, just as deep as you are. You like people that can challenge you mentally, okay? And for some of of you guys even challenge you spiritually, okay? People can see you guys as like, I'm hearing Sage, but like, as a high priest or high priestess, okay? Someone that is in the mystical. You guys love to try to figure out a person's mind. So you're into psychology, okay? You're into trying to figure out what makes people tick, okay? So, people coming to you with mundane, yes, people coming to you with mundane talk about the weather and the this and the that. That drives you nuts, okay? You don't want to talk about that superficial shit, okay? I'm hearing you guys are very deep, okay? Some of you guys, dear one, people may perceive you and know you to be what they call a sapiosexual, okay, like your girl Sage. And that's where, you really get turned on by a person's mind, okay? Now, we all, at the end of the day, we all like what we like, okay, in terms of a person's physical aesthetic. So that may very well catch your eye, dear one, but what's going to keep you fascinated is a person's mind and their ability to stimulate you emotionally and mentally, okay? They got to be on your level, okay? Yeah. And you also like to be around people where you're constantly learning things. People are introducing you to new things, new foods, new cultures, perhaps even a new language, okay? Yeah, you're the type of person where you're constantly ever learning. You are the student as well as the teacher, okay? I'm hearing from Spirit, you will forever be that, because you understand that there's always more than meets the eye. There's so many things that, society doesn't tell you, and you know that there's more to life, okay? Yeah, you guys are the type of person where people know, you want to talk about things like, okay, what is the meaning of life, okay? Do aliens really exist, okay? Are we down here by ourselves, okay? What is the agenda that is really going on in the government? What's really going down? What's really happening? I know what they're telling us, but I'm feeling that it's something different. You like to go deep, okay? You like to go deeper than that. And people notice this about you. And people, dear one, that are on your level, they find this very sexy, very attractive, okay? Is what I'm hearing from Spirit. I just got the vision of someone sitting, on the sofa or across the table from their partner, okay, with sexy dim lights and candles. And you guys have like a chess game that you guys are playing and you're sipping wine, okay? It's like you a sapiosexual, you a sexy nerd, and you want a partner, or some of you guys, you have a partner that's a sexy nerd. And some things that you guys like to do on your downtime is, y'all like to play a nice game of chess, okay, while sipping wine, okay, with some candles lit. Well, we know what's going down, what type of game y'all gonna be playing after that mental game. Okay, yeah, as I'm seeing in the ethos here. But that's kind of like your foreplay, dear one. And people perceive that, you're someone that, they need not even look at you, they need not even apply to get to know you or to be with you if they don't have no intelligence, if they don't have a brilliant mind, if they don't have a mind that constantly is curious and wants to learn, ever learning, okay, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, okay? That's a very beautiful thing. I'm going to pull one more card, dear one, okay? And then we're going to turn it loose, okay? And for those of you guys, okay, I want to remind you again that personal readings are currently available. And if you guys would like to get a personal reading, all you have to do is email your girl at WizdomandSage@gmail.com, okay? That's WIZDOM and sage@gmail.com, and then write personal reading in the subject line to get the party started, okay? All right, okay. Also, I want to encourage you guys to check out my economy and mini readings, okay? So depending on what your budget could be, okay, at this time, you will find that on my website, there are a lot of different price ranges, okay? There is one for you that will fit your needs, okay? All right. So, dear one, last message for today. How are you being seen or perceived by others, okay? How are you being seen or perceived by others? Let's see. Oh, beautiful. This ends on a good note. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. And then we have the Four Wands. We have the Four Wands. Okay. People perceive you guys as being like a homemaker. Okay. I'm hearing again, home is where the heart is. Okay. People see this as something that is very, very important to you guys, and they know that you will turn any house into a home. Okay. People perceive you as being someone, dear one, if you are a divine, feminine, okay, and you're into opposite sex, they see you as someone that definitely can turn a a house into a home, that you have that feminine touch that you can bring to any type of environment, okay, that is very warm, very welcoming, okay, very inviting, okay. And then even if you're into same-sex, dear one, again, the situation applies. They see you as someone as being a good partner. They see you as someone that, you will be like the yin to their yang, or vice versa, okay. Yeah, that you would be the type of person where, you're like that piece to their missing puzzle, that when you guys come together, that it will click and that it will fit. And that a lot of this has to do, dear one, with you providing a source of love and stability and foundation. That whoever this person is whose energy I'm tapping into, dear one, they could very well be looking at you guys, keeping tabs on you guys, studying you guys. This could have been someone, dear one, that once upon a time they was with you and they fumbled, okay. But they see you as someone now, dear one, where you're definitely, either husband material, or you're definitely wifey material. And they know that if they were to get with you, dear one, that you would definitely turn a house into a home, that you would provide stability, okay. There's someone, dear one, where they perceive that you're a good mother, okay, or you're a good father, or you're a good, homemaker, okay. You keep the house clean, okay. You know how to cook, you know how to throw down in the kitchen. And then at the end of the day, dear one, you know how to throw down in the bedroom. Come through, spirit. They also see you as someone being very nurturing, very loyal. So if they have children, dear one, or if you have children, they see you as being a very good parent, an ideal parent, okay. So they see you as like the total package, okay. Because I'm hearing from spirit, even as I look at all of the yellow here, come through, spirit, the yellow representing the solar plexus chakra, which stands for I am, okay. It's your power center, knowing where you begin and where others end. It also governs your self-esteem, your self-respect, your body image, your confidence, okay. People see you guys as being highly confident. In other words, they know that when they look at you, dear one, on site, that you know what you're working with, you know what you bring to the table, and you know that you add value to any situation, any home, any relationship, anything going on, dear one. So this is how people perceive you. So you get a lot of people excited, dear one, particularly a lot of people that they haven't had success at building a strong foundation when it comes to a relationship or when it comes to a family, okay. And they see you as that type of person that you would definitely bring harmony into a situation, into their life, in terms of building a family, building a home, a strong foundation. They see you as a team player. You're in it to win it, okay. So this is a very, very beautiful thing. They also see you as very stable, okay, emotionally stable. People perceive you as being someone that you have been able to get it out of the mud, dear one, on your own. So they know that when you yoke up with them, or if they were lucky enough to have you yoke up with them, dear one, that y'all would be like a power couple, very, very dynamic, okay. Yeah, y'all would get the bag together, okay. Yeah, y'all would be devoted to each other together, okay. Yeah, and they love this about you, dear one. They see you as someone that is an asset and not a liability. Like you wouldn't be like an emotional or financial burden or weight on them, because they know, and they've seen you and they've been watching. They know that you already know how to pull your own weight. Okay, so it's no thing for if you guys were to get together with someone, or with this person, if they were to be so lucky, how much more, dear one, you guys would just be doing the damn thing, okay, in terms of building a home, building stability, security, things of that nature, building a legacy, a foundation. So someone, dear one, they fantasize about, they see you as the one, okay? They fantasize with having a home, making a home with you, making a family with you, dear one, because they see you as some type of ideal person, okay? So, dear one, in a nutshell, okay, that is y'all's tea, okay? That's the tea that you need to set you free, okay, in terms of how are you being seen or perceived by others, okay? And so I'm going to give you guys some signs, dear one, okay? So let's see who you or this person, or even people in general, let's see who you or they could be, okay? Come through, spirit. For those of you guys who most resonate with this message, you or they could very well be a Taurus, Pisces, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Libra, Gemini, Cancer, and Virgo, okay? Thank you, Spirit. I'm also hearing Sagittarius rising, Libra moon, Libra rising, Cancer moon, and Taurus rising. Thank you, Spirit. Taurus rising, if I didn't say so already. The number 1 and the number 12 and the number 5 comes out prominently, okay? It could be a number of your residential address, okay? It could be a part of your email address, okay? It could be a part of your life path number, your dates of birth, when you were born, on the day or the month, okay, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, okay? I also just heard Lucy, Lucille, and I heard lavender. Someone really likes lavender. You work with lavender herbs a lot, okay? Or maybe that's a nickname or something that you guys have, lavender, okay? For those of you guys who do spiritual baths, okay, that may be one of your favorite herbs, okay? Lavender, okay? That came through prominently for someone, okay? All right, y'all. So now let me turn my head and take a look at the chat, okay? Let me see what's going on up in here, okay? So we have J. Hewell Robinson. What's up, J. Hewell Robinson? Peace, beautiful queen, sincerely supreme, one truth, the chosen one, okay? Thank you so much, okay? Peace be unto you. I hope that all is well in your neighborhood, okay? All is good in your neighborhood, okay? Yeah. Butterfly Effect 333 says, facts. I always tell people that you can't treat Sagittarius like fireflies. I know that's right, dear one. You know, you may find, yeah, you're part of the collective where people are always trying to cage you. They're trying to clip your wings. They're trying to, you know, capture you like a firefly, put you in a mason jar, okay? Because they want all of that light to themselves, okay? And that's a no-go. You were created, you were designed to, you know, share your light with the world, not just one person. And usually it'd be the main mofos, the ones that be really trying to hold on to you, grip you tight, don't want to let you be free. Those be the main motherfuckers that, you know, they don't even deserve no parts of you in the first place. They don't even match your vibe. They ain't even got their damn mind right, okay? Them be the ones that's trying to control you, people that don't even have control over their own goddamn life, okay? But yeah, dear one, that is definitely how it goes, okay? Unfortunately. And then Butterfly Effect, you say layers, okay? Yes, there's many layers to you, okay? As an individual, you know, you're not just no one-trick pony, okay? People got to get an opportunity to get to know you. Slow down, take their time, and not just make assumptions that just because they saw you on social media or just because they, you know, graduated with you back in the day in high school or at the uni, or, you know, just because, you know, they dated you, you know, for 1 or 2 years, like they just know you from top to bottom, okay? People, you know, they really get beside themselves thinking, dear one, that, you know, people are not able to change and evolve, or that, you know, people don't show you everything. There are so many layers to people. That's right, Butterfly. There's so many layers to people that, you know, a person never really gets to know the totality 100% of a person. You know, you got to peel that person like an onion, layer at a time. If they worthy of the next level, they get to peel that next layer. If they were, and it goes up and up and up, okay? So yeah, absolutely. And then lastly, Butterfly Effect says, Miss Sage is reading the heck out of my energy. All right, dear one, come through, Spirit, okay? All praises go to Spirit in the Most High, okay? Yes, I'm so grateful that I am tuned in and tapped in. And so this shows everyone that you are a part of my collective for me to be able to read your energy so prevalently, okay? So very well, it was meant for you to hear this message on today. And I hope that you were able to take away some jewels, okay? And get that tea that you need to set you free. Okay, yeah. All right, y'all. So those are all of the comments that I see at this time. So I'm going to turn it loose, you guys. And I thank you guys so very much for coming in and hanging out with your girl, okay? Saying hi in the chat, okay? And getting a reading today, okay? And I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your beautiful day. I think that we're currently now in Mercury retrograde, okay? So those of you guys be aware of all of the jankies that want to circle back around and come back in your life, because now they see you doing good, okay? Keep the door closed, dear one, okay? They didn't deserve you back then, and they certainly don't deserve you now, okay? And then we also just have a moon. Do we have a moon, y'all, that just passed, okay? I'm not quite sure. Be so much going on, and I need to have my app near me when I'm looking at stuff. Yeah, just the other day, full moon in Capricorn, okay? So I hope that you guys are taking, you know, advantage of the full moon and Capricorn energies, okay? It means if it's a full moon, you guys need to be releasing certain things, okay? Capricorn is well known for their ability to get the bag, okay? It's all about foundation for Capricorns. Family is very important to Capricorns. So at this time, dear one, okay, the Capricorn energy is really challenging a lot of you guys, that if there's anything standing in your way of your bag, your stability, your security, okay, and things that you find very important to you, okay, that you need to release that thing or release that person, okay, so that you can make room for that which is going to help you be more in alignment with who you are, okay, as you are being led and guided by that Capricorn energy to be an initiator, to be a go-getter, and come through spirit with that confirmation, and to really put at the forefront of your mind what you need to do or what you need to release in order to get closer and closer to the life that you want for yourself, where you have the level of security and stability and love and family and devotion that you are desiring at this time, okay? So the full moon and Cappy energy is going to help you guys become more in alignment with that, okay? So that's a little caveat, you guys. That's a little tip for those of you guys who are into the astrology as well as the tarot, okay? And butterfly says gratitude. You're very welcome, dear one. You are very welcome, okay? All right, so until next time, you guys, I bid you adieu, okay? So until next time, you guys, stay beautiful, stay blessed, and stay great. Peace.